Let's keep calm and mother on. Mothering is way too important to do alone and way too serious to be serious all the time. My name is Christy Thomas, and I am here shoulder to shoulder with you, mothering and enjoying life together. This is the podcast where you can focus on being mindful and taking a deep breath with me and learning new things so you can pause and savor the amazing life you already have. Now let's go. This week, I'm excited to host 3 of my favorite guests ever, and they're here to talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is a TV show we've been streaming as a family since March, and now we've just started the spin-off series, The Legend of Korra. There's 3 seasons for Avatar: The Last Airbender, and then there are 4 seasons of The Legend of Korra. But before I tell you why I love this show, which I think I kind of do at the end, maybe I don't, just know that I love watching shows with my kids, especially kids shows that are done well. So let's get started. Hi, everyone. I have a very special guest with me today. I am so excited to introduce him to you.
Hi.
Hi. So this is my 7-year-old that's almost 8. And I'm inviting all of my kids to speak during this episode to talk about something that we've been doing during the summer and this fall. And what have we been doing together?
I don't know.
Have we been watching TV? Isn't that what we said we were going to talk about? And what TV show have we really enjoyed as a family? Which one do you like to watch on Sunday nights?
Can't remember.
America's Funniest.
Oh, yeah, videos. Blah, blah, blah.
And then which one do we like to try to watch with dinner time that everyone loves and begs for more?
Story of the Last Airbender?
Yes, The Story of the Last Airbender. And do you like that show?
Cheese. It's
Cheesy. Would you tell other 7-year-olds to watch it? Why should other kids watch The Last Airbender?
Cheese.
What does that mean? I'm not hip on 7-year-old words.
Laugh.
A lot of laughter?
Cringe.
Cringe? What does that mean, 7-year-old? Is it good? Does it have a good storyline?
Ask Callie.
Okay, I'll ask Callie about all these things. But would you give, if you were to give it thumbs up, would you give it 1 thumbs up, half a thumbs up, 2 thumbs up? How would you rate the show?
Depends which part. Which part? Tell me.
What about the fighting parts?
20.
20 thumbs up. What about the scary parts?
Ooh, I'd say that would be 100.
100 thumbs up. Wow. Okay. Well, thank you for visiting me while I'm podcasting today.
Now ask Callie.
Okay, now I'll ask Callie or Lucy. Thank you, Lincoln.
No, Callie, so you don't please.
So, Callie, we're talking today about The Last Airbender, which is a cartoon that Nickelodeon made but is streaming on Netflix. Lincoln said it's cheese and cringe. What do you think?
It's not cheese and cringe. It's just good. I don't know. It's a good show.
Is it worth watching as a family? Are there certain shows that are better watched together than watched apart?
Probably.
Is The Last Airbender one of those things? Are you glad we watched it as a family?
I mean, I guess. I like it either way. I don't think it matters.
Well, I'm glad that we have some inside jokes about it.
It's true. Inside jokes with millions of other people.
But at least within our family.
I guess.
Because sometimes you guys watch shows and I don't know what you're talking about. Like when Lincoln said cringe, I don't really know what that means. He said to ask you.
Ask Lucy.
What about cheese?
Cheesy. Like, it's cheesy as in, like, oh. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, no, it's not like, that's angry.
Like Swiss cheese?
No. You're not, please tell me you're not this stupid.
Not. I'm just trying to figure out the lingo. Cheesy. Like, is it fierce?
No. Cheesy is just like, why did you? It's kind of when you cringe. It's like
when you facepalm.
Yeah,
is that cheese?
It's like why did you do that? You did not need to do that. You're just making this worse for yourself. I feel that a lot with Korra now instead of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Avatar is okay. Korra is just. I love this show, but she does not know what she's doing.
So for those that don't know, there's a second.
There's a second series, and it's called The Legend of Korra, and it follows Avatar Korra, and she is awesome, but she doesn't know what she's doing. So, and it's very obvious. She's very impulsive.
And usually when there's like a second in a series, the show isn't as good.
I know. Usually it's like, oh, this is worse. I hate it. But it's actually pretty good, so go watch it. Some people hate it because they have no taste.
I think Korra's pretty good so far. Like, I'm glad we've invested the time to watch that one as a family, too.
It really extends upon, like, the universe. And, like, they show you the Avatar origin story. So just, if you have to watch it just for that episode.
Now, are there other shows that you remember watching as a family?
No.
What? What about Gordon Gibbons?
Oh, that show is fine.
Or Just Add Magic. We binged on that one together.
That's true. We never finished it.
I know, because they changed the characters of Just Add Magic.
We do not approve. Well, actually, we don't know if we approve. We haven't watched it yet. But I don't approve.
What about The Floor is Lava?
Oh.
I mean, we've watched a lot of TV shows together as a family.
Yeah.
More than movies, probably.
Yeah, I don't like movies. Movies are bad.
Why do we like short TV shows versus movies, do you think?
Because you can watch shows. Movies are just a commitment. I don't like commitments.
They're too long.
Yeah. It's just like, I've started this, and if I want to know what happens, I have to sit through this whole movie. But with the show, it's just like, I want to know what happens, but I don't have that much time.
Do you think that TV shows like this help with like delayed gratification? Like those cliffhangers, like we know we have to stop and there's a proper pause?
That could be.
Like the end of a chapter of a book?
I kind of feel like if you're forcing a teaching lesson in here, but...
Yeah, well, it's my podcast.
I'm not done yet.
You can't be done. Thanks for hopping on.
Yeah.
Callie wants to tell you about a new project she has.
Nook the Musical on YouTube. I haven't made the channel yet, but it is up by the time this will be. So
Tomorrow?
Well, the channel will be, so go subscribe. And the picture will be a silhouette of Tom Nook, so you'll know. And Mom can post a link in her bio, her
Show
podcast
notes?
description, right, Mom?
Yeah, the show notes.
Good. So go check it out. And there's probably not going to be anything on there, but subscribe anyway.
And
Ring the bell for notifications. Give a thumbs up.
Tom Nook is, an Animal Crossing character, for those who don't know, which is a video game on Nintendo platforms. And then it's a spoof of the Hamilton musical.
Yes. And I'm doing all the work. It was my friend's idea, but then I'm like, you don't know what you're doing, do you? So I just kind of took it over. It's mine now.
It is a very self-driven project.
It's mine.
Okay.
Anyway.
Thank you.
Subscribe, or else Tom Nook will steal your kneecaps. And you don't want that, do you?
Okay, this went a little bit dark. Thank you. I'm going to go call Lucy in now. Here is my third VIP guest for today. I saved the best for last.
Hey!
Callie's still in the background, you know.
Okay.
Excuse me? What are you not telling me here?
Okay.
I'm
glad you're getting this behind the scene view of my house and my kids and I. Okay, this is my third and final guest. Can you say your name so people can know who you are?
I'm soccer ball.
You're not this soccer ball.
Yes,
But they can probably hear it squeaking at your feet. And they might hear the cat walking by now, too. So we are talking about The Last Airbender and why families should watch TV shows together. Can you think of any other TV shows we've watched together as a family?
No.
What about Carmen Sandiego?
Dude, I watched all of that without you.
But I
Like
watched it
10
all with
million
you,
times.
too.
Yeah, and then I went and rewatched it without you.
What
And
about
it was more fun
She-Ra?
without you screaming every second.
What about She-Ra?
Yeah, that was fun.
We watched She-Ra together when it first came out again on Netflix. And we've watched a lot of Nailed It. And Magic for Humans?
You're getting He-Man.
No, She-Ra. Oh, we did watch some He-Man, though. We bought it on Amazon. Okay, so do you think it's important for parents to watch TV shows with their kids, or should they just let their kids binge watch whatever they want?
Both.
Okay, talk about it. Tell me why.
Because why not? Kids like to watch shows alone, and it's annoying to watch it with grown-ups sometimes. Mm-hmm. And why am I so quiet all of a sudden?
Because you're far away. You should lean in.
Oh.
Okay, so why are grown-ups annoying to watch TV shows with?
Because, like you, every time a sad part comes, they cry uncontrollably.
Okay, yeah, I might be turning into my mom, where I cry during the obvious sad parts. I didn't always cry like that when I was a kid. I didn't. You'll have to ask Grammy. I have always been known for falling asleep when watching movies.
No, you haven't. You haven't done that recently.
Oh.
Every time we watch Hamilton, you've never fell asleep.
Oh, well, it's Hamilton. Does Hamilton count as a movie?
Yes.
It's too exciting. I really like watching TV shows with you and talking about the mistakes characters make during those shows. And I like falling in love with the same characters as you.
Yeah, like you've ever done that.
I like knowing about the different types of Pokemon and being able to have a conversation about Eevees with you.
Leave my favorite Pokemon out of this.
Well, tell me what you want parents to know. Why should they watch The Last Airbender with their kids?
Because it's awesome.
Is there anything that's important for a family to learn from The Last Airbender? Will it make them a better family together?
If you call making them a better family, like, all loving the same stuff, I guess.
Is that all you want to say?
That was easy.
Are you done, kiddo?
Yes.
Okay, thanks for hopping on. So my goal of having my kids on today's show is to remind you of this quote by C.S. Lewis. A children's story that can be enjoyed by children is not a good children's story in the slightest. And yes, this applies to books and the books that we read out loud. I think it also applies to the television shows and movies that we expose our kids to. That if we're not able to enjoy that story, is it really worth watching? And right now, during the pandemic, and that's when we started the Airbender, was back in March, and it took us a long time to get through all of the Airbender shows, and it was quite the exciting thing that we tracked, and we made sure no one looked up the spoilers on Wiki, and now we just recently started Korra here in September, which is the spin-off series. While this is an older cartoon, the topics talked about it are war, genocide, imperialism, colonialism, totalitarianism, discrimination, female empowerment, marginalization. Big topics for a tiny 22-minute cartoon. I am really, really glad to be staying in the room with my kids for this show. The Last Airbender, I want you to know that Nicktoons had it in their lineup for kids 6 to 11 years old. It got a lot more views than people just in that age range. In fact, one of their highest episodes had 5.6 million views when it came out live. So it is a great show. You will find something in it. The story is timeless and amazing. And I think that is one of the best animated shows I've ever seen. Now, as you listen, you know that my kids are 7, 12, and 14. So what goes on in my house in terms of show watching will be different than what goes on your house. But if you have kids that are between 6 to 11 or maybe a little bit older, try it out on Netflix. And there is so much goodness. There are so many quotes that I want to tell you from a kids show. So here we go. Life happens wherever you are, whether you make it or not. Pride is not the opposite of shame, but its source. True humility is the only antidote to shame. In the darkness, hope is something you give yourself. Never forget who you are, for surely the world won't. Protection and power are overrated. I think you are very wise to choose happiness and love. Thank you. That is your family play idea this week. If it's not The Last Airbender, maybe you'll watch a different show together. We've enjoyed watching tons of shows over the years with our kids, from I Love Lucy to the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's really too many to list, and they've given us inside topics to joke about, but also given us space to have big conversations about harder topics, about moving and about death and about war and about racism. You never know how a TV show can create that soft space for big conversations. And you won't know that those big conversations can spin off unless you're watching with your kids and staying in the room. These big conversations have spun off even from preschool shows, like when my kids were super into Wonder Pets or Tumbleleaf. Big conversations can happen if you're just staying present. Now for your self-care this week. I want you to take some time and to go bird watching. I think I've said this before, but really we've been into trying to label things in our yard with nature. And this week it's all about bird watching because there's this little gray bird that keeps hitting the window by my desk. And I've put window clings up, but it keeps hitting the window. So it gives me a lot of time to study and notice him and try to figure out what it is. It's like a gray cardinal, so I think it's a tufted titmouse, but I'm not sure. If you're a bird expert, please let me know. Now, thank you. You are exactly the right mom that your kids need. You are exactly the human we need in this moment, and I am so dang glad you're here. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Have an amazing week. And I hope you watch TV with your kids. Remember, I'm off of social media right now, so send me an email if you do watch the show. Don't forget to like and review this podcast and text it to 3 friends who would be lucky to get it.